80% of contractors will never hit $50,000 a month, and not because they don't work hard, but because they're focusing on the things that are keeping them broke. And I get it, man, because I was there. Back in 2020, when I first launched my painting business, I had zero painting knowledge and zero business background. So if you combine the two, it's a recipe for disaster. But yet again, here I am in 2025 making $1.5 million a year inside of my painting business, working less than 30 hours a week. And this is exactly what I want to break down in this video for you guys, because at this point, I've been able to help over 50 contractors scale past $50,000 a month. So I may know a thing or two. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to give you the exact roadmap and blueprints that allow my business to scale to over $150,000 a month consistently. So reason number one why most contractors never see $50,000 months is because they rely 100% on word of mouth and referrals, and both are inconsistent and unreliable. So if you don't have control over your business, that's a recipe for disaster. And I get it because that happened to me as well. When I first launched my business, I was relying solely on one GC or general contractor. So he would feed us a ton of work. And then we were building his clientele base since we were doing such a great job in the painting side of things that we thought at this rate, we were going to be able to scale with him. But actually what happened is the connection didn't work anymore. We split ways. And then honestly, I didn't have a business no more because I didn't have any, not even word of mouth or referrals, because those were his clients. So at that point, I had to put my flag on the sand and start learning about marketing. And what I see that works wonders are Facebook ad and Instagram ads. And I'm going to put a few screenshots here from the clients inside of the Visionary Contractors Academy, the place where we teach contractors how to scale. So that way you can see what this does for your business. Because like I tell all of my clients, the good thing about Facebook and Instagram ads is not like a seed that you have to water and it takes months and months and months to give you the fruits of the labor. Like for example, a website, for example, Google Business Profile, SEO, referrals, stuff like that you have to build over time. Whenever you craft a killer Facebook and Instagram strategy, this is something that you learn today, implement tomorrow, and start seeing results the day after. Obviously, you have to pay to play. These platforms already have the clientele, they have the eyeballs, they have the clients. You have to pay them as a business to get in front of their customers that in return are your exact demographic. So this is the shortcut to get $50,000 a month. It's not relying on word of mouth. It's not building a website that's going to get you leads. Yeah, this is all good and this is all part of the business. But if you're not watering right now on things that are going to expedite the process, you're only going to sit here and wait and hope, and it's never going to happen. Reason number two why most companies never scale is because honestly, they don't know how to sell. They're sending email quotes and then they expect the customer to respond back and wish and hope for the best. And that's not how business runs. If you go to a car dealership and you're looking to buy a car, they want you at the lot. They want to sell you that car right then and there because that's when your excitement level is at the highest. If they wait for you to go home and consult it with your cousin, with your dog, with your pet, and then think about it and then come back and maybe potentially buy, they know that they're leaving the ball, they're giving the ball away. They no longer have control over the situation. And that's why it's so important. And what I preach is that you go out, you ask really intelligent questions to dig into people's motive and reason to buy. Whenever you have all of that information for years on why this is so important to them, then you utilize all of that information to craft a super good pitch right then and there, face to face. Even if you have to ask for 20 minutes of their time to head out to the truck, build a proposal, come back and run them through it. But what a lot of times happens is whenever you leave the house, that leaves them that benefit of the doubt of like, hey, maybe we can find somebody cheaper. And if you act, dress, and speak like every other contractor, then why should they hire you? Why are you different? But if you ask smart questions, dig into their pain, their motive, present the quote, which nobody does it unless they're working one-on-one with me. I can promise you that. Then you're going to be able to stand out from every fish in the ocean. You're going to become a shark. And then people want to do business with the best. They don't want to hire the cheap guy. They'll rather pay more for the right thing then pay less for the wrong thing. But you guys are too scared to pitch your prices in person to tell somebody that it's going to cost $15,000 to paint their house. And then sometimes they might have an objection or two or some kind of question that maybe you can clarify. And because you went home, crafted the professional proposal, send it over, and now they have doubts. Now they just looking at a number. So stop selling like a noob and start selling like a professional. Pitch your price, sign the agreement, collect the deposit, get them on the schedule, and raise those closing rate, man. Start selling at a 60 or 70% closing rate. And if you're struggling with marketing and sales, there'll be a link down below in the description to where you can book a one-on-one call with me. It's completely free. I'm not going to waste your time. I don't want you to waste mine. So bring your credit card. This is something that is not cheap, but it's going to help your business scale to $50,000 a month. So you can figure all of this on your own. And I know you can if you're watching this video because you actually want to implement things. You want to grow your business. But my question to you is, how long it's going to take you? And why would you want to do that? Why not take the shortcut, invest a little bit of money up front, and then get the return and have this skill set forever? Reason number 3 why most contractors never scale is that they stay the worker and not the business owner. Let me elaborate on this. And this happened to me in the beginning as well. All of this are things that I've struggled with inside of my painting business, and I know you guys are struggling as well. And that is to leave the keys to somebody else, to let somebody else do the painting, to let somebody else do the final walkthrough, to let somebody else go pick up materials, to let somebody else speak with the customer. These are all things that have to be delegated. If whatever you're doing inside of your business is not bringing in money, like marketing, sales, and customer fulfillment, everything else has to be delegated. And that's why I told you in the beginning of the video that I only work less than 30 hours a week, because everything inside of my business is pretty much delegated, except the most important things like marketing. I still do that in-house personally. I run my own marketing department and I do the sales myself as well. Because those are the most important things for any business, getting clientele coming in and then closing those deals, therefore collecting the money. But I have a project manager, people run my job sites, they go and pick up materials, they speak with the clients, they do the final walkthroughs, and then everything else is systemized so that way I already get the invoices. And I get it because when I first, was inside of the business, I did the painting for 2 years. And I always thought that I couldn't find somebody that would do a half decent job that I was doing at the time. And I still believe that nobody would ever do the job like I do, right? For example, if you have a kid and you're taking them to daycare, don't expect the daycare people to take care of your kid like you do at home. It's your kid, right? Kind of same thing in business. It's your business. No matter who you hire, they're not going to take care of it like you do. But that's okay. If you can find somebody that's going to do a half decent job, 70% as well as you do it, then go ahead and delegate it. Stop focusing on $20 an hour task and start focusing on $1,000 an hour task. This is the difference. Get yourself out of the business, start hiring painters, start hiring project managers, and then you're going to be able to scale at a super rapid pace. Reason number 4 is that most contractors don't track their numbers. I can't tell you how many contractors I speak to on a day-to-day basis, and they don't have an idea on how much they made profit last week, or how much their net profit was, or how much total revenue is up to date. If you're not tracking your numbers, how do you know if you're profitable or not? And then sometimes they don't even realize it because they don't even pay themselves on salary. And that's a topic for another video. But then they're taking a cut here, cut there. And then whenever they have to invest into the business, for example, they want to upgrade their van or they want to buy a new paint spray or a pressure washer, then they're out here counting pennies and counting dollars because they don't have a savings account for the business. So your personal and your business accounts should be completely different, separately. They shouldn't be together. You shouldn't be withdrawing money from the business account unless that's your salary. So start tracking your numbers. Profits, net profits, investment, overhead, gross revenue. How many jobs were you selling? What is your closing rate? How much are you investing into marketing on a month-to-month basis? This is important information, guys. If you want to run an owner-operated small business that is making you $2,000 a month profit, if that, then keep doing what you've been doing. But if nothing changes, nothing changes. So stop doing it the wrong way. Start implementing what I'm teaching you. And this is what's going to allow you to scale and make more money. Be able to pay for your family's vacation, retire your parents. Buy that dream car, that dream truck, that dream house. Come on, guys, let's go. All right, guys, so I want to wrap up this video with this message for you guys. And that is that it's not a matter about working hard. If that was the case, then we will all be rich. It's about working smart. And the older generation have all this confused. They expect to work 20 hours a day, 120 hours a week, and that is working hard. No, they're still broke, right? It's a matter about having systems, about working smart, systemizing the business to where it can actually work for you. I don't want to work for a business that relies 100% on me. That's not a business, that's a job. And I see it way too often. If your business does not run 100% without you there, let me break it down to you, but that's not a business, that's a job. So if you're sick and tired of being stuck at 10, 20, or even $30,000 a month and you're ready to break that invisible glass ceiling, there will be a link down below in the description of this video to where you can click, book a one-on-one call just like this with me. We'll sit down, diagnose your business, see if I can help. If I can, I'm going to build you a high strategy plan, tell you exactly what working with us looks like, the investment and all that good stuff. And again, don't waste my time. If you're broke or if you don't have any money or you don't want to invest in your business, don't come to the call because I'm going to tell you face to face, because honestly, I'm here to help. It's not about the money. The money is cool. We can do things with money. It's important. At the same time, if you don't pay, you don't pay attention. So remember this. Again, to recap, marketing, first and foremost, sales, second off, stop working yourself on the field 24/7 like a savage. Start tracking your numbers. These 4 steps, if you implement it to a T, is going to get you to $50,000 a month consistently. Again, like this video, comment if you have any questions for me or any future videos that you want to see. Book a call down below with me. Hope you guys have the best day of your life. God bless you. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys later.